My name is Steven Younger. I live in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, since about 10 years now, and I'm originally from London. The hair loss I'm suffering from, so to speak, is it's kind of all at the top, but it's gone slowly. So since the age of about 23, 24, I kind of noticed bits receding here, and I was okay with that. And I've got a twin brother as well, who probably, although we're identical, he's like probably 6 months ahead. He shot up a lot earlier than I did, for example. So I could see on him the same thing. And then come 30, I kind of noticed the crown, and that was the part that kind of bothered me. So if you kind of see now, I'm thin here, and there was like till 30 fine, but now I've kind of gone bald quite slowly. But it's at the point now, I would say it's since about 3-4 years where I'm bald, a bit on top, but I'm bald. Being bald, I think having a twin brother, going through it with someone else and kind of understanding, it's kind of half the battle, if you like. It's like being a twin, it's like everything, you kind of share stuff. But it did bother me at first when, as I said, up until the age of 28, I could easily get away with it. I was just kind of receding a bit. But come 30, 31, being in Holland where the people are very direct, and they don't mean to be rude, but they are. But I've been playing football and someone would say like, hey, get the bald one, and you think, would that happen 3 years ago? So I remember a Dutch guy saying to me in a bar once, because I was explaining the cultural differences between English and Dutch, and he said to me, well, we're direct, but if you're going bald, and you should be able to accept that if I say that to you. And I was kind of trying to explain to him in front of other people that might not be nice, because I might be sensitive about it. I said, but I don't like the directness of your culture. But after that conversation, I was a bit gutted, like, I'm bald, and after a while you get used to it. So I've not suffered confidence problems, but I'd rather have hair, and if I did have a full head of hair, it would be short anyway. So for me, it's my hairline and the crown that bothers me, if anything. But I can deal with it. But if there's a solution, I'd rather have it. I found out about the treatment through my twin brother Shane, and he's here.
Hi, I'm Shane. Yeah, basically, because I think, like I said before, I think the actual treatment is something that the notion of having a pigmented scalp is something people have to get their head round, and I think my brother's first reaction was, that sounded a bit strange. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, and I do understand that, and I think the more you just get into it, the less strange it becomes, and after your first treatment, it just becomes like I said, I think people will do it like getting their teeth whitened. I think it becomes something not so strange, and I think for a month or so he was still like, but you're having something put in your head. It just felt a bit weird to him. But I think when he saw it, and I think he's noticed that even the younger girls now. But I just think I just definitely look younger, and I think he was impressed with the treatment.
It looks good. That's the main thing. It actually looks good. If it was like didn't look good and it didn't make him look bald, it wouldn't. I'm not sure if it interests me, because I can actually deal with this. It's I'm used to it. I had my hair short. I'm a year or 40. But it looks very good. It looks younger. So
I had more of a problem with the baldness than Stephen. I didn't suffer, but I definitely I am. I'm probably but I just think.
Look at the clothes.
Yeah. Well, I've got to bring it back after. But I just thought something as easy as this. I wouldn't bother if it was a big procedure and 6 months and hair transplants and stuff like that. I wouldn't have done that. But something where you just come in, it gets done, and it's finished. And it's just so easy and convenient, and like if you're going to have short hair and it suits you, and it's the only haircut I would ever have, this is it. And I just found it just ticked all the boxes. And I'll
look for something similar to Shane's. I probably will. I'll go first for a softer hairline. Then you can always, Shane's hair, I think it's medium, so it's quite. It's quite kind of...
Yeah, I think he thinks mine's a bit too defined.
It looks good, but I'll rather go for a softer one, and then I'll kind of see. It's like, when I first saw Shane's for the first time, I was like, oh. And now I'm used to it, it's like normal. So, I want to go for what you see with Shane. We both actually have quite... People think like, but it's actually quite darker hair, so you can see it on Shane, probably the same pigment. And softer hairline, but otherwise the same. I've also got a slightly higher forehead than Shane, so... maybe need to bring it down a bit more than what Shane had to.
Yeah. What I would say to anyone actually is, because when I first got it done, they draw the line around you. Your first thing is not to have it look as good as possible, just to have it look so no one will notice it. and that's your driving force really. And what I've said to Stephen is, don't just get it so no one questions it or work. Get it done, that it looks as good as possible, because what I think happens is you get your first one done, and then you just, well, in my experience, you then just think, I might as well have this done. My girlfriend said, if you're going to get it done, just do it properly. So I brought the hairline down after the third one. I had it a bit more defined, whereas my first requests were like soft, as natural as possible, which I do want it as natural as possible, but I didn't mind it looking a bit sharper than I originally thought. But you'll see, I think you have to go through it yourself, and then you decide. And
I mean, I'm not worried actually about people at my work knowing. I mean, I'm not going to broadcast it, but if someone says to me, I suppose being in Holland, you actually pick up that directness as well. Especially my best mate there, actually, he's a good-looking bloke, and he's bald from a long time. He's always had an issue with his baldness. I mean, he kind of accepts it now. I think once he sees it, he's a good mate, and I'll say, listen, Harry, up to you. But if someone asks me, I'm not gonna flaunt it. But I say, I haven't got an issue with it. It's something cosmetic, so what? I mean, but if people think it's my hair and that I've just grown it slightly, then I'll leave it at that.
I mean, people may ask questions. I mean, because I got away with it really at work, to be honest. But then people have said to me, "Why don't you grow your hair? You got such a full," and I'm just like, "Well, I'm Buddhist, aren't I? That's why I shave it." Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, I didn't know." But I have to say, I did get away with it at work a lot more than I thought. I thought that they're going to notice this, but by the third one, it was done. But then I actually had the hairline done just a little bit, and that left it's darker for the first week, so there was an obvious rim going around my front of my head, and then that's when I thought, I've gone through this journey, got away with it scot-free, and all of a sudden I've kind of probably got to own up to it, which I didn't actually. I just said I had a bit of an accident with the razor, went a bit too hardcore, and left a bit of a rash, and then no one really said anything. But
and he goes to no better cuts in Ladbroke Grove.
Yes.
I don't have the same option in Amsterdam, so I also think it's something different.
Never know, they can always move over.
What I'm hoping to achieve with this is, just shave and look, but that one that looks very clean cut and nice. So, I shave my head now, obviously, but I mean, I'd rather have a shaven head out of choice than not being bald. I've got a twin. Obviously, I'm influenced by him and how good it looks. So, looking at that, if I can get that same kind of look and stuff. I mean, he looks younger. I see people looking at him instead of me.
No change there.
So I just like the look of it, to be honest, and I think I feel better about it. And everybody likes to look their best, and with my situation and my hair or lack of, that's definitely a step up. So yeah, it looks good. That's the main thing.
Yeah.